Hi guys, and welcome back to Coil Life. Today we're going to be having a look at this RDA here. It is the Apex from Timesvape and Nickchrome80 project. Now Nickchrome80 I believe is just on Instagram. This RDA, good points. Looks nice, vapes pretty well, comes with 3 drip tips, which is a good bonus. Several different build options on it, how you can place your coils, where you want to put them, and etc. But before I go into any more details, let's drop down and have a quick up close and personal tour around the Apex RDA. Okay guys, so here we are with the Apex RDA from Timesvape and Nickchrome80 project. I believe Nickchrome80 is on Instagram. I'm not sure whether he's on YouTube. You do have your usual warnings going on here. On the side we do have our scratch and check authenticity with a QR code and Timesvape engineered for vape there. Little warnings going on here. Nothing on that side, and then on the back we do get the contents of the box. The colour there, matte black, as I got the matte black one. Having a look then on the inside, we do get a little Timesvape polishing cloth. The RDA itself, we get, comes with 3 drip tips, so you get this black and red one, and then you also have an Ultim one and a Black Delrin one. Underneath then we do get our little bag of spares, and we also get a little giveaway card. In our bag of spares we get a 510 drip tip adapter, some spare screws, a gold plated 510 Squonk pin, an Allen key and some spare seals. And we also get this beefy big Allen key, which is for your terminal screws, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Having a look then at the RDA itself, we do have 810 drip tips. All 3 drip tips are 810. At the top then you've got this knurling going on, which is to get a grip of to close over your airflow. So you've got side and bottom airflow is the way they've described it. It's for dual coil only, so whatever you do on one side is exactly the same on the other. And then you do have this Apex engraving on the top there. On the other side then you do have this shark logo. On the bottom then you have by Nickchrome80 USA, Timesvape, serial number, some CE markings, and we do have a copper 510 pin on this one. So you've got gold plated Squonk pin and a copper 510 pin. Don't know why, but anyway. So the inside of the top cap there, you can see we do have some doming going on. If we pop that bit out there, the barrel itself is nothing special to see there at all. And you have the inside of the AFC top cap. You can see how it is strictly dual coil only. And then we have the deck. So the top cap is held on by these 2 rings here. And yeah, when I saw this at first I thought, this is interesting. When I used it I thought, oh, what a pain in the ass. Simply because you've got the different options to build on, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So you can put your coils in here and here, or you can have 2 coils at the top and just bend them down a little bit. But the big problem for me is the size of this screw here. When you clamp your legs down there, this thing is just going to twist your coils like nobody's business. It's absolutely massive. And you've got this little plate here, which is supposed to stop any splashing if you squonk too much. Not that I've ever had that problem, but anyway. You've got a little bit of a juice well, it's not too bad either side there. you can see the top of the copper 510 pin there, so when you pop your squonk pin in there, it's just going to pop up the same way, so your juice is going to travel down into these two wells if you want to. So all we need to do now is pop some coils in there. Okay, so I've pre-cut the legs of my coils and I've just slotted them in there just like that, so I haven't tightened down the screws yet. But as you can see, these are quite a small fuse clapton, but if you had any sort of exotic wide coil in there, this screw is just going to crush and twist and bend the legs of your coils. Let me get the Allen key and we'll just tighten down one of these now. As you see, this big screw coming in, and it's just going to snatch at those legs and crush them. And then we get the other side. I'll make sure they're seated right. That should do it. Now see the way that coil there is kind of gone a bit misshapen. That's all down to the way that those screws come in at the legs of your coils. So we've got a job now to do to try and straighten all these coils up a bit. Get that coil rod in there, bring that around. Same with the other one. A little bit of fine tuning on that now. Okay, so there we have our coils all in there, positioned where we want to have them. If you check with the top cap, so it's kind of that, I'm going to be using that under coil airflow, so it's just right, it's going to come in under the coil and up. We'll give these a little bit of a pulse and get rid of any hot spots. There we go, perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so we got our cotton tweezers. Feed that through just like that. Get our next bit. That's it. Okay, so I have trimmed off the cotton, thinned it out a little bit, just enough to tuck it underneath and have it just sat in the bottom of those juice wells. And just like that, and the other side. And that's it. And then pop a little bit of juice on that. Don't really understand the idea of that little plate in the center. It kind of splash guard for squonking. Who's ever heard of or needed one? When you're putting your juice in there, I suppose it does kind of channel the liquid off to either side ish a bit, maybe. Who knows? The designers of this RDA, I think they just had too much time to think and just thought of everything and tried to solve every problem. I don't know, but there we go. I'll put the top cap on and have a little vape on it. Okay guys, so that was the up close tour around the Apex RDA. Now I have to say, vaping with this is not too bad. I don't mind it. I quite enjoy it. It's cloudy. It gives good flavour. The build I've got in it is coming out to 0.12. I've got it on 65 watts there at the moment, and yeah, the flavour is okay. The looks of it it's nice. I do like it. The build deck though, I think too many people had input, or just somebody's mind just ran away with them and decided, yay, let's go to town on this one, let's do all this. Those big hex screws, in my opinion, are ridiculous. It was a crazy idea that if you are somebody who builds flat wire or flat coils, wide coils, it's not going to be good for you. It's, you know, you're just going to have a hard time. It's just going to twist your legs, and you're just going to have a nightmare trying to position your coils and everything. They just work too hard on those posts. I mean, if they had 4 little smaller screws, and you could have worked that deck so much better, I think. And that splash guard for when you're squonking over the squonk hole, pointless, ridiculous, stupid. It's just another piece of metal, in my opinion, that's going to hold heat, and it does hold a lot of heat. When you're vaping on this thing, the top cap gets very hot, and that's because there's big bulky screws, big posts in there. It just holds way too much heat, in my opinion. All that being said though, I mean, price point, and if you want something that's just a little bit different, why not? You can check it out. This one, for me personally, it's not going to be a keeper in my collection. I think more than likely I'm either going to bin it or give it away to somebody. I just don't agree with it at all. So I'll tell you what I'll do with this one actually. If you want this, I'll give it to you. Just put a comment below the reason why you should have this RDA. You cover postage and you can have this for nothing. That's it. Free. Who doesn't love a freebie? Anyway, that's all I've got time for. I will put a couple of links in the description below. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.